Trump's Tech Bazooka. Today we're gonna have a quick look at the new Lenovo Vibe Z2 Pro. Now this phone is very interesting when it comes to the whole form factor. This phone is at a very huge, humongous size, but at the same time it's very easy and comfortable to use. I know it sounds very strange and cliche at the same time, but okay, having a look at the phone first. It's a 6-inch display. Yes, you heard that right, and it comes with a Quad HD resolution. That's right. So we have a Quad HD resolution of 1440 by 2560. I'm not wrong. Yeah, that's right. And it has a 490 ppi. Yeah, that's a cheat sheet below the screen. So if I'm looking down, don't worry. Alright. So we have a 6-inch Quad HD display. Now it comes with a pretty nice Super LCD Type 3, and it's pretty bright and vibrant at the same time. And my god, that display is just gorgeous. Seriously, it is. So once you go at the back of the phone, when you have a look at the back, you will see there's a big bulky camera sensor. Now this bulky camera sensor is actually a 16 megapixel sensor with OIS, that's optical image stabilization. Something which is not very, what you can say, new, but at the same time Lenovo has used it in their phones. That itself is a very good factor, and the camera is really brilliant. We'll come to the camera later on. So now looking at the side of the device, to the right we have the SIM card tray. Now this is a dual SIM device, so that's pretty nice, for people who have multiple SIM cards and who want to, ease their life with two different carriers. So that's nice. If you go have a look below it, you'll have the power lock and unlock button. And when you turn to the left, we have the volume rockers. Right. So now when you look at the bottom of the phone, we have the speaker grill. Now this speaker is pretty damn loud. I mean, it just screams. It's a single speaker, it's not a dual speaker, unlike what we get in Boom Sound by HTC or some other provider. But that one speaker is pretty damn loud, and if there would have been two of those, oh my god, that could have been a screaming machine, I would have said. So besides this speaker is the micro USB charging port, and the top we have actually 3.5mm headphone jack with a very powerful amplifier. We'll come to that later as well. Now, so when you have a look at the overall user interface of the device, the phone is pretty snappy, and the phone has this skin of Vibe skin or Vibe UI over the whole phone, which is like pretty chunky and pretty what you can say, I'm not a big fan of it. I like more of a minimalist design language where this is more chunky, but the phone is more of like an iOS device because it doesn't have any app drawer. All the apps are just scattered all over the screens. So the number of apps you have, the number of screens you will get. Now some might even like it, some might won't like it. No problems. You can always put up a secondary launcher. You can install Google Launcher and you will still get your pretty old app drawer. There is something which is pretty nicely packed into the phone. I'll discuss that later as well. So once you look at the whole UI of the phone is pretty fast, and like I said, it's powered with the Snapdragon 801 processor. It has 3GB RAM, everything top of the notch. So the performance is not to be questioned here. The performance is going to be phenomenal. Alright, now when you come and look at the whole phone, when you see the phone and you are trying to hold the phone in the hand, you actually forget it's actually a 6-inch device because the bezels are very thin. And the phone is at a very slim form factor. It's just 170 grams if I'm not wrong. So it's like pretty slim and pretty lightweight. So what you are actually having a look at is at a 5.5 inches screen at the max. So when it comes to single-handed use, of course it's difficult. I have big hands, so it can be easy to use for me, but not for everybody else who has small hands. But the phone is pretty lightweight and easy to use, so you won't have any problems with the 6-inch form factor if you're considering, okay, the phone's going to be very big for me, I won't be able to use it. So that you can keep all those problems aside. Now, when you come and look at the overall build quality, the phone is made on proper aluminum shell casing, which is like fully aluminum unibody chassis, and the phone, my god, it looks premium. So when you're paying 32,000, that's right, I told you the price. So the pricing is around 32,000 rupees, but the phone is pretty strong and what you can say, of a very good quality. So we did a gaming test on this device. We used Asphalt as a demo game. Of course, the phone is having top of the notch hardware. We have the Snapdragon 801 and 3GB RAM with Adreno 330 GPU. The phone didn't disappoint, it didn't break a sweat, as you can call it in other words. So the game ran pretty smoothly, no lag whatsoever. The game load up time was pretty less. It was snappy and quick. We did face a little bombing up on the background, but that's obvious when you expect all the 4 cores and the graphic card running on at full top speed. When you actually have a look at the performance value with the power consumption, now let's talk power because of course it's Lenovo and it has to be about power. So the phone is powered by a 4000 mAh lithium polymer battery. Now this lithium polymer battery is very hard to tame. because the phone lasts a day easily, and I'm telling you this with a 6 inches quad HD display. Trust me guys. And yes, this phone can power a 1 TB portable hard drive via a USB OTG. Yes, it can do that. So imagine the power that phone can provide. And the phone lasts a day phenomenally, no problem whatsoever. So if you are a day, or what you can say, if you are a very rugged user and you game, you might end up with around 15% at the end of the day. But then if you are a normal user, you can take the phone to the next day and even amidst the next day as well. So the phone can last a day and a half pretty easily, no problem. So now having a look at the whole camera interface of the phone, we have a 16 megapixel camera at the back and a 5 megapixel camera in the front. So the overall UI of the camera which we have is pretty nice, pretty easy to use. So we have two modes in camera as well. We have a smart mode, which is like everything automatic. You don't need to be a camera geek to know all about it. It's like simple settings and everything. You have another second mode called professional camera mode, in which it turns into a proper DSLR of sorts. So you have all these manual exposure settings at a single swipe of your screen. You have manual exposures, ISO, even focus for the matter. So that thing works pretty nice for the camera, and the camera software which Lenovo has provided is really nice. Now when it comes to the indoor performance of the camera, it really disappointed because the images were not pretty clear. I mean, they were sharp enough, but at the same time colors were going haywire. Now I don't know whether the problem was with our device in total, with the algorithms in our device, or the software, or maybe it needed an upgradation because there was not an update for now, or it is on all the devices, but this is what we faced. Let's have a look at the storage of what this phone delivers. So of course it has a 32 GB internal memory, out of which 28 GB is usable. Now if you are surprised why 28 GB and where is the 4 GB going, of course that's the whole UI, but the best part about this UI is the UI. Now I know I'm sounding pretty lame and strange and probably crazy, but yes, so this phone comes with two different user interfaces. The first is the Lenovo wide scan UI, and the second is the vanilla Google UI. Shocking, right? Same was our experience when we actually discovered that. So Lenovo calls it as something very experimental which they're trying to do. So this option comes in the developer options. When you're actually a developer, you try to develop apps and you want a very standard platform to test your applications, that's when you can use the vanilla Google user interface. Of course, when you switch to the vanilla user interface, everything will be similar. Like the icons won't change. The icon will be the same, but the UI will change. Like you'll have the Google launcher, you'll have the app drawer, and you'll have the whole settings bar will change with all this. The UI of the settings will be totally similar when compared to the original vanilla experience. So that's pretty nice. So if you buy the phone and you're like, okay, I hate this UI, and it's like I'm just not liking the UI with the whole skin over it, so you can just switch to the vanilla OS. And the best part about this is you will have a lot of RAM left out, because the original Google UI, it doesn't suck up a lot of your RAM, unlike the Lenovo UI, which uses it for some of its proprietary applications. So in this way it works out pretty fine, and that is a really good added advantage which can really come in handy. Now comes the most difficult part, the verdict, whether the phone is worthy of its high price tag of 32,000 rupees. And I would say yes, it is. The reason being the display. It's offering a 2K display at this price range, which is offered by its competitors at a price range of 40,000 rupees, like the LG G3 and the Note 4 by Samsung. So having a look at the display, keeping it aside now, when you even have a look at the overall design and the form factor of the phone, the overall aluminum body makes it pretty great and premium, and of course that with the price range it fits in perfectly. The performance is not to be questioned here. It is phenomenal on performance. The camera is good, although there were some bugs with the focusing in the interiors, but I guess that's a software bug, and after the bug is removed, the camera will perform really well. Coming to the battery, it's non-removable, agreed, but who cares? It's a 4000 mAh battery. It's going to last for the whole day, and you already have power packs to support your battery usage. And the phone doesn't hang, so it's not like your phone will hang, you'll have to remove the battery and reset the phone. It's not going to happen. Highly unlikely. That's about it. Thank you for watching this review. Please make sure to subscribe and like my video. And if you want more videos coming, please share it in the comments below. Thank you and have a great day ahead. Goodbye.